What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and this weekend, Overwatch 2 Quick Play is getting hacked. Yes, you indeed heard that right, though it's probably not quite what you think it is. Blizzard is in fact testing out Quick Play changes for a limited time starting this Friday that'll exclusively be taking place in Quick Play and will be impacting specifically the speed at which different components of matches take place. I gotta admit, this is a rather interesting thing Blizzard is doing here, and I'll talk about my thoughts a bit after I delve into what exactly it is that's going to be happening. So let's delve into the notes Blizzard has posted regarding this upcoming Quick Play Hacked event. This weekend only, Sombra is changing up the rules for Quick Play. Enjoy Quick Play Hacked Quicker Play, a fun new way to play with faster capture speeds, payloads, and respawn times. Experience more team fights, more games, and new strategies. Here are the changes. Respawn times are now 75% of their original time. Payload in Escort and Hybrid maps will move 60% faster. Taking control of the objective point in Hybrid is 40% faster than normal. Taking control of the objective point in Control is 40% faster than normal, and scoring the capture progress percentage is 80% faster. Taking control of the objective point in Flashpoint is 20% faster than normal, and scoring the capture progress percentage is 40% faster. When you play an Escort, Hybrid, or Push map, the initial match time has been reduced to 70% of the original time, and any time extensions are also reduced to 70% of the total time added. And as a final note, these changes only apply to players who play in role queue and open queue quick play modes during the duration of the event, and will return to normal after January 14th. Competitive play and arcade modes are not affected by these changes. They then go on to say, Quicker Play is the first Quick Play hacked. We want to explore new and fun ways to change core Quick Play gameplay. Changes will happen periodically and only for a limited time. Quick Play hacked won't typically affect specific hero balance, but rather the strategies and fundamentals of the core gameplay. They then go on to have a short FAQ talking about, why exactly they're doing this, but more or less it breaks down to them wanting to experiment with changing up the mechanics of the game, changing the rule set and how things work in a limited sort of time frame, so that if they decide these changes aren't a good direction to go in, well, it's only a limited time thing, lasting only the duration of a weekend, so it shouldn't be too impactful. Now, my initial reaction to finding out about this was a bit of skepticism. As someone who predominantly plays Quick Play, I don't particularly like the idea of them just reworking the Quick Play rule set, even if only for a weekend, because I'm used to how Quick Play is, and I enjoy it how it is. So the fact that Quick Play, for even just a weekend, is only going to be a fundamentally different experience, I don't know, I'm not entirely certain how I feel about that, although overall I do appreciate that Blizzard is at the very least trying something new and different, and seemingly doing it in a very non-damaging way, with the fact that it's only going to run for the duration of a weekend. If people play it and end up hating it, well, just wait a couple days and everything will be back to normal how it was before. Specifically, the changes they're aiming for with this Quick Play hacked event, which seems to be boosting the speed of the game itself, I think is a interesting and understandable direction for them to want to experiment with things. Certainly in modern day gaming, there's always this idea of wanting the speed of everything to be increased. You want matches to be faster, you want to win faster, lose faster, play faster, everything. So I am very curious to see how these matches are going to end up playing out, with basically everything just happening faster. It's almost like Total Mayhem in a way, except focused more on the core rule set of the game modes as opposed to hero abilities. And honestly, I am fairly excited to get to try it out. Another interesting thing to note about all this is that this Quick Play hacked mode isn't going to be like an arcade mode that people have to go out of their way to try playing, or is part of some experimental mode like what we saw with certain things back in Overwatch 1. No, this is them taking the core live quick play game mode and significantly tweaking it for a limited period of time. In a lot of ways, it almost feels reminiscent of what games like Fortnite will often end up doing when they introduce fundamental new changes like this. They won't have a side experimental mode or something, they'll just throw it directly into the live battle royale for players to experience. And I think it's probably safe to say that Overwatch is taking a few pointers from how other games have been handling these sorts of things. The problem with arcade modes and experimental modes is that not a lot of people will necessarily go and try them out, even if it is an exciting new reworking of the core rule set. If it's an arcade or experimental, people will look at it, maybe play it once or twice, and then move on. And at the very least, from a data collection standpoint for Blizzard, I feel like that's gotta be pretty frustrating for them, especially when they have changes like this, which are clearly changes that they're trying to play around with for potential permanent changes to probably competitive and quick play in the future. It'd be nice to get a better sample size of players, so why not just run a limited time event where this is just the de facto quick play for the weekend? Everybody who plays quick play is going to end up participating in it, whether they like it or not, which means everybody's going to get to experience it to some extent. Blizzard is going to get a bunch of data from it, and it's not going to split up the matchmaking queues, which admittedly I think is a pretty big issue in Overwatch in general at this point, given just how many different modes and queues the game has. So overall, again, I definitely commend Blizzard on trying something a bit different and handling it in what I consider to be a fairly safe manner, with it only being a limited time event, and I'm excited to get to play it. Maybe it'll be fun, maybe it'll feel like a total mess and everyone will hate it, but either way, it'll be over within a few days, and then we can get back to the normal, stagnant Overwatch 2 that we all know and love. Again, this new Quick Play Hacked event will be launching on Friday, January 12th, so feel free to hop into the game and try it out for yourself. I, for one, will be streaming this new event once it goes live on Friday, so be sure to stick around and stay tuned for that. And otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video, and let me know your thoughts on Quick Play Hacked Quicker Play. Is this something you're excited to see Blizzard experimenting with and trying out different sorts of versions of Quick Play in the core rule set? Or are you going to be annoyed this weekend that Quick Play is fundamentally different and you would rather they do something like this in an experimental or arcade mode? Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and as always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, come follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.